Thinking about starting a podcast today? Look no further than Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor by Spotify, it's the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place. Let me explain. Anchor has all the tools to allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your fingertips or a computer. While hosting on Anchor, you can also distribute your podcast on multiple listening platforms that include Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, and many, many more. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all, Anchor is free. Make sure you download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started now. See you soon. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is CJ, and welcome back to another episode of Black by Popular Demand. So, today we're going to be talking about the workplace, the workforce in Mississippi. We're going to be talking about wages. We're going to be talking about our generation's stand in terms of wages and being paid what you owe. So, for background, way before COVID was a thing, bro. A lot of people don't understand this, but Mississippi has the lowest wages in the United States. In the United States, the entire United States. People think I'm crazy when I tell them this, but before COVID was a thing, we used to make $7.25. Like, that was the regular for anywhere. And so, mind you, I'm speaking in reference to like when you're a teenager in high school. This will pay us $7.25 an hour anywhere. So let's make this a bit more personalized. I used to work at Pizza Hut. I used to make $4 an hour. I was a server. So let's, kind of set the standards for that. So fast forward to now, there's a lot that has changed in terms of pay. Unfortunately, however, we are still the lowest paid state in the United States. So I know the first thing people would say is, oh, just move. Okay, I need money for that. And I can't save up this money with the amount of money that I'm making now. Okay, so we make, on average, the minimum wage is about $9, right? Some jobs still pay you about $8, but it's about $9. So what does this all mean? Why is this an issue? So this isn't an issue if you're a teenager. You're making solid money. You don't really have any real bills. The only real bill I ever had when I was a teenager was, putting gas in my car, my phone bill. Like, I didn't have anything major. But once you're an adult, you go, okay, this isn't enough for rent. So you go, okay, so what's the issue? The issue would be a lot of us, when we were making that amount of money, we're working 40 plus hours, no off days at all, pulling double shifts, and we were still barely able to scrape by because, of course, rent, lights, water. I can speak in reference to where I stay. My rent is about $500. I have a roommate, so it's about $250. Plus lights and water, right? So about south of $400 a piece, $330, $400. But then you have to also factor in things you need for the house, because of course you have to brush your teeth, you have to, have garbage bags, you have to have dishwashing solvents, you have to have clothes washing solvents. Okay, so then there's that. Then you factor in your gas. Then you go, whoa. What about the time I need time off? So I say all this to bring up, there's a situation going on right now in Tupelo, Mississippi, where if you live in Tupelo, you know where I'm referencing. Dairy King, I don't know the name of it. I think it's Dairy Cream with a K, right? Their temporary temporarily closed. So of course, all the boomers and the old people are all up in arms, and they were like, "Oh, the government keeps giving away free money." And first of all, let's dissect this. Let's completely ether this pathetic ass argument that a lot of the boomers and the senior citizens of the world have with the government. First of all, we got bills. Why? It pisses me off because it's like the lack of context anytime something like wages comes up, like legit infuriates me, bro, because it's like what is not clicking? So let's start off at the root of the issue. How are you paying grown ass adults $9 an hour? How? Because even with 40 hours work, you're not bringing home nothing but like maybe $300 after taxes. That's not even rent for most of us here in Mississippi. Like, come on, bro. So not only that, but you have to wait for it every 2 weeks. Most of our landlords, I'm lucky to have a landlord who's kind of understand. Most of our landlords want their money on the first of the month, every month, or you get late fees. Number two, it's like they say, "Oh, get a higher paying job." So you have to go to school for that, correct? All right. So you go to school or whatever. Then if you're not dirt poor, right? You're working and you're going to school, and I'm sure a lot of my viewers can relate to this. You're working, you're going to school, you get your associate's degree, or you get your bachelor's degree, then you go apply for the job. They say, "Hey, you need 3 to 5 years experience." And you're like, "But I just racked up all this debt in college." So now you got to take on an internship, right? So 9 times out of 10, these internships don't pay you anything anywhere near what you're worth. They pay just about half of what an entry-level person would make at your position. Okay, so you do that for 3 to 5 years, just struggling, scraping by. You're probably working another job or two on the side. Just no social life at all, which is not normal. You need that for your mental health. So you finish that up. You've lost 3 to 5 years. You may be 26, 27. You get the job. You're low level. You make the lowest amount at your position. It's bullshit. It's complete and utter bullshit. The way we do things is such bullshit, and people get mad when we are quick to say, "Fuck this job," or "fuck this" and "fuck that," because it's not. And I don't understand why this hasn't dawned on the older generation, but it's not like how it used to be when y'all lived. You know, they were giving these workers, back when the industry jobs were like big business, they were big booming, like they were giving y'all hella money, and the cost of living wasn't nowhere near as high. It paid to be good with your hands. You didn't need a degree. You could go right out of high school and work in a factory. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be an electrician. Now you need degrees for all of this. And make no mistake about it, there's nothing wrong with working in a factory. It's just not for me. But the way they treat these workers in a lot of these jobs, I don't understand what's the problem with anybody sitting at home, even if you're not working from home. I don't see what the problem with anybody sitting home and collecting the stimulus checks. Because the common argument is, "Oh, the government is giving them money." First of all, these are advances on our taxes. They're advances. That's what they are. This is our money. So what is your point? Number two, y'all quick to say, "Oh, nobody wants to work anymore." No, they don't want to work for you. You're losing business to all these other jobs who are ahead of the curve. Peep Chick-fil-A. Them folks make $10, $11. It's not that much better, but it's a lot better. They got it. They were ahead of the curve. They said, okay, it's going to be a lot more people that's willing to collect checks. The point I'm trying to make here is you have to incentivize people to work for you, because our time, our respect, and our morals are valuable to this generation. We not the generation that's going to take your bullshit. We're not. I had a homeboy. I used to work at Walmart. I ain't gonna say his name, but he told our manager, hey, because our manager used to pick with him, don't call me by that name anymore or I'm going to walk out. The manager called him by the name anyway. He said, call me one more time. I'm going to take your vest off and I'm not going to show up again. The manager called his bluff. He took his vest off. He threw that shit on the counter. I never seen him again. I never seen him work there again. Our generation does not put up with no bullshit. If I say, do not call me this name, and you call me, we'll leave. We are a generation, fuck this job. I don't think people understand it fully. You know why? Because 9 out of 10 of us are great workers. We show up, we give you all of our time, 40 plus hours a week, and we ask for a smidgen of respect. This is generation fuck that job, like Rochelle. Like Rochelle from Everybody Hates Chris. She was Miss Fuck That Job. You know why? Because our resumes are so damn good. We can get any job we want to. And that's before we even get our degrees. So what I would say to these fast food restaurants that are bitching and complaining about not having any workers, up your wages. Because places like Waste Management or, Comcast, Xfinity, any work from home job that are paying us $15, $16 and we can sit our ass at the house. Ain't nothing you can offer me. You offer me $7.25 and what? I get a 15-minute break every day and no off days and inconsistent hours. I could have 45 hours this paycheck, but 5 hours the next paycheck because you're cutting costs. I don't have to deal with that when I'm working from home. I don't think fast food restaurants and chains understand that, or older people for that matter. Y'all get mad because nobody's working at my favorite fast food restaurant. Why is Dairy Cream closed? Because they're not paying these people enough. Understand, we're still in a pandemic. So I'm risking my health. I'm risking my time for $8 an hour. So if I get COVID, and you're not providing me with COVID pay, even though I'm out here dealing with customers. So if I get COVID, I'm laid off, no pay. Bills still racking up while I'm over here fighting for my life. And you wonder why people don't want to work fast food? Be reasonable with yourselves here. Think about it. You can't even compete with these other jobs out here. Fast food is at the bottom of the barrel. Ain't nothing you can provide. And at this point, if you work fast food, it's because you genuinely want to. Because it's so easy to get a work from home job. It's as simple as you passing an assessment. The same assessment you would take for a fast food restaurant. The same assessment you would take for a retail job. They've made it too easy. That's how you're gonna lose your business. Either you up your wages, stop penny pinching, because let's be real, you bring in enough money to pay people $10 to $11, but what you do is you're trying to make a surplus of profit off the back of these teenagers. And I can't wait till it clicks with teenagers that they don't have to work for $8 to $9 an hour. I can't wait. Because once I figured out I got another job that was paying me more than $4, I was as happy as I can be. You want a successful business? Make sure your workers in there are happy. Because when they happy, they give a damn. When they give a damn, you get excellent service. Customers come back. It's an easy cycle. Another thing, when it comes to these servers, stop paying these motherfuckers $4, bro. Stop. You're paying servers $4 and you're putting customers in a bad position because they already don't make much as it is. So now you have servers basically getting mad at the customers for not tipping, even though that's not the responsibility to tip. And now customers are in a bad position because they acknowledge that this server might have several kids and this, that, and the third. You're pitting customers and workers against each other when it's really your fault, owners. There's no way you looked at a server and said, yeah, you're worth $4 an hour. I say this because I used to be a server. That's beyond disrespectful. And then you tell them, oh, your check is what you make off tips. My check should not bank off the generosity of somebody else. Pay me what I'm owed. Or don't. And keep losing your workers to work from home jobs and other jobs where I don't have to risk nearly as much of my health. That's not to mention, so we've covered low wages, we've covered terrible management, and you have to get the COVID shot? Do you want people to work for you? Because I can work from home and not take any shots, any boosters. What is your incentive? What is your selling point to me that tells me, hey, I wouldn't mind working at Dairy Cream. I wouldn't mind working at Burger King. I wouldn't mind. What is your selling point? $8 an hour, $8 an hour, and I get to come home smelling like burgers and nuggets and fries? Or in my case, when I worked at pizza, I get to smell like wings and pizza? What is your selling point? You're going to have to up it. Because when a work from home job is telling me, oh yeah, bro, we'll give you the equipment. Some jobs even give you the internet. The only thing we need from you is for you to be there and answer calls or answer chats. That's all we need from you. What the fuck do I look like working for $8 an hour when I can get a work from home job easily, mind you, that'll pay me double what you're paying me, guaranteed off days, insurance, COVID pay? You have nothing to sell me. This is supply and demand, gentlemen and women. Supply and demand. People say, well, if you raise this, then you raise that, and da 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 da. None of that matters. You're making excuses for underpaying people. So you can continue to make those excuses, but let me be very, 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 very clear here. Once again, this is Generation Fuck That Job. We do not give a fuck. It's too many ways to make money. Hell, if you get tired of your job right now, you can go start an OnlyFans and make more money than you ever did. You don't want to do that? Cool. There's government assistance. Y'all get mad because the government actually wants to help their people, which they haven't been doing. You want to counter that? You want to incentivize people to get off their ass and work for you? Give them something to work for. Because $8 ain't cutting it, buddy. $8 an hour, that ain't cutting it, buddy. No off days, that ain't cutting it. We all deserve to enjoy our life just like anybody else. That's all I have for you guys today. If you do enjoy this content, be sure to interact with me on Spotify. And I'm out.